everybody, it's Hannah and Joey and Chopin live from Morgantown, West Virginia. And I thought since I don't get to talk to everybody every week, or every month even, that I would send out just little videos every now and then to let you know how we are and what's going on up here in Morgantown. We finally got everything unpacked and all the pictures up on the walls, and so I feel like this is finally starting to be home, which is nice. I like our little apartment. It's 2 stories. It's got a pretty decent sized kitchen, not as big as our trailer, but it's not too bad. And a living room, 2 bedrooms, and a bath. And it's like split levels, upstairs and downstairs. And it's a nice little community. It's all townhouses. And about half a mile down the road, there's Cheat Lake, which is hardly a lake at all. It's more like just a widening in a river, because it doesn't last very long, and it's not very wide. But they call it a lake, so, whatever. And that's right down the road. It's called Cheat Lake. And Morgantown's not very big. It's only about 50,000 people and takes about 20 minutes to get across the whole town, so it's not that big a town. But it's been really nice moving in summer because the students aren't here, and that adds about another 30,000 once August kicks in. So we've actually been able to go wherever we want and eat dinner without waiting and go to movies and stuff like that without tons of people here. So that's been really nice. Let's see. It's really beautiful scenery up here. We have rolling hills everywhere, and I'll be sending out pictures as soon as I upload them onto the computer. It's not mountains, but they're really big hills. So they're like small mountains, but they're really beautiful. And we've got some beautiful farm country, and just everywhere we go is really beautiful. The only bad part about Morgantown is that there are no road signs, like anywhere in downtown Morgantown. You just have to kind of guess what street you're on and pray you're turning on the right one. For instance, we printed off, MapQuest or Google directions, pretty much anywhere we've been going because, we don't know how to get there. But we realized very quickly that they're no good because they give you directions based on street names. And no one knows the street names around here. And there are no road signs, so we could never find out where we were. For instance, on last Thursday, we tried to find a post office. And we had 3 post office locations. One near here, right near Cheat Lake, and one in the university section of Morgantown, which isn't very far from here, and then another one in the downtown section, which is, really close to the university section because it's not that big of a town. But anyway, Joey had already set off 2 days in a row to try to find a post office because we were running out of stamps, so he needed to mail some stuff. And being the unbelievably patient person that he is, he would come home in fits of rage after like 2.5 hours of searching Morgantown for a post office and never finding one. So the 3rd day, he's like, I printed off directions, I've got a map, we're going to go find a post office. I was like, okay, well, I'm better with directions. I thought, we'll find it pretty easy. Probably just turned down the wrong way, or he was following road, where there are road signs out in the more country areas. Maybe he's following those instead of looking directly at post office, which sometimes he does. Don't tell him I said that. So we set off to find this post office. First one, Cheat Lake, I thought, we live by Cheat Lake, so how far away can that be? So we go to find the Cheat Lake post office, and, it takes us on a pretty little tour of some more country areas or, not busy areas, really beautiful stuff. Except that one of the last directions was like 3 directions from the bottom. It said to turn onto this particular road, and it was like a one-way street up the side of a hill. I'm like, what is a post office doing on the side of a hill on like a one-way street? That doesn't make sense. But anyway, we turned down it because that's what the directions said to do. And there was actually a road sign because it wasn't in, the downtown area. So I follow this road, and it takes us up this little hill. And then it kind of dead ends at a gravel lot for a trailer park. And there were still 2 more directions of roads that we were supposed to take to get to this post office. We look all around, it's all trailers. It's a trailer park. And there's no more roads. Where in the world are we going to find these roads that take us to this post office? So we finally just turn around, come back down, a little frustrated that I couldn't find it because, I like to think I'm good at directions, and if I'm going to set off to find something, I want to find it. So I'm like, you know what? It's okay. These directions are probably just wrong. We'll go try to find the second one. So we head off, try to find the second post office, which ignore that noise, it's just Joey's phone ringing. The second post office is supposed to be right around the university area, and so I'm like, well, we know where that is. It'll be easy to find. Of course, being that there are no road signs, it could prove difficult, but I know the road that this is supposed to be on. We already know where this particular road is, University Avenue, and it says it's like 0.1 miles on University Avenue. So we go to University Avenue, and there's no post office again. Like 0.1 miles, that's supposed to be like basically on the corner. So we rode for 10 miles down University Avenue. No post office. I'm not kidding. By this time, it's already been like 2 hours of riding around trying to find post offices, and I'm pretty well fed up. Plus, I was sick that day. I had a fever. I was not feeling well. So we tried to, I'm like, forget it. We're finding this third post office because I will not go back home until we have found a post office. So we try to find the one on Hill Street. No road signs again. Look, nothing. So I pull over. We find the phone number for Hill Street. Call the number. He's like, oh yeah, honey, just come back over the bridge, take the first right at the light, then at the next light, take a left, go across the stop sign, and we're right there. You can't miss this. I don't know how you got lost in the first place. Like, okay, well, what are the names of the roads, and just to make sure. He's like, I don't know any of the names of the roads around here. Nobody does. You just go to the stoplights and you'll find us. I'm like, well, okay. So we go to the first light, take a right, first left, take a left, go across, and it's right there. Now, if they could have just said that on MapQuest or Google, that would have been genius. They should go by landmarks instead of road names, especially for Morgantown, West Virginia. So that's about all that's been going on here. We really haven't done too much except going out to eat and just getting lost and finding new restaurants and new things to try. But that's about it from us. On the job front, I already had 2 interviews, and luckily I didn't get one of those jobs because it involved traveling 40 minutes across the county, and if it starts snowing, in November and doesn't let up until like March, which is supposed to happen, they say that's what happens around here, I do not want to ride on this little dinky highway all the way across the county. That, like, if you swerve a little to the right, you fall off the side of the mountain. So I didn't want that job. Plus, it involved marching band, and I hate teaching band anyway. And then add marching band onto that? That's not going to happen. So, glad I didn't get that job. The second job, we just never heard back from. And then I have another interview on Wednesday for another job in an elementary school. And we went to find it today. And it's, it's kind of a dinky little school, but it's not that hard to find. It's only 20 minutes from here. And should be easy to get to in the snow. So that's a good thing. So keep your prayers focused on that particular job, if you will. Or that God will open a door somewhere. Because we're kind of starting to feel the time crunch into July, kind of need a job in the next month would be helpful. So we do appreciate your prayers, and I love you all, and I'll try to send another update in the near future. Have a great week. Bye.